Now, from Minnesota's most watched station, this is WCCO-4 News This Morning.
Well, maybe a little too early for a drink, but who's hungry?
It's too early?
Well, at least here.
Here in Minnesota it is.
Yes.
All right, if you're not already, we may just have the thing to tempt your taste buds. Chris Stanford is here this morning to tell us about the food and wine experience this year. A lot of us have been several times. It's a good time.
It is a fantastic time if you've never been. Again this year, it's at Target Field, an awesome venue. And along with the 200 exhibitors that'll be, distributing some of the best food that Minnesota has to offer, there's wine as well. There's also more than 90 craft beers you can try while you're there this weekend at the Food and Wine Experience, brought to you by Minnesota Monthly Magazine. This morning, we've got one of the co-owners of Fulton Brewery, Brian Hoffman, who's going to be there this weekend. You've got some delicious beers in front of you. What are you going to be handing out to the folks this weekend at the show?
So I believe this will be the sampling that we'll have this weekend. This is our Lonely Blonde. It's the latest beer that we have to offer. This is our Sweet Child of Vine. It's our flagship. It's a very balanced India Pale Ale.
The Sweet Child of Vine. Do you mind if I don't mind if I?
Please, absolutely.
So what are you hoping that folks take away this weekend? Because Minnesota craft brewing is an explosion that seems to continue to go on. What do you hope that people this weekend take away from it?
There will be 12 members of the Minnesota Craft Brewers Guild present, sampling their beers at the festival. I think just take away that there are a lot of really great beers being brewed, especially in Minnesota, and that craft beer and food pairing is, in my humble opinion, even better than it can be with wine.
So a lot of people are going to be walking around with food this weekend. What kind of advice are you going to have for them if they bring up a certain plate of something? Would you have recommendations for them of what they should have with it?
Absolutely, yeah. So it all depends on what they have on their plate, obviously, but Sweet Child of Vine is a hoppy beer, and hops and spicy food go incredibly well together. If you have a lighter salad or a seafood, something like that, then the Lonely Blonde is the beer for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. Now, of course, you can't do the food and wine experience without talking about food. So coming up next hour, we're going to have something to show you that's going to be absolutely delicious. You won't want to miss it. And Angela, when it comes to tickets, Saturday is going to sell out quick, and there are still tickets available.
All right. Thank you, Chris. The 19th Annual Food and Wine Experience is this Saturday and Sunday. It is at Target Field here in downtown Minneapolis. It runs from 1 to 5 each day. Those tickets will cost you $75 in advance and $85 at the door.
That is interesting now how it's moved from food and wine pairings to food and beer, food and craft beer, because there are so many different types of beer.
And we should note that the beer samples that you'll get there will not look like the full cups.
I was going to say, that was a big sample.
It's a little sample.